Hello, lovely, amazing video game type people. Welcome to Avernum 2 Crystal Souls. It's kind of late. Being quiet. I'm just kidding. I know I said to be quiet, so I don't even know if you could hear that whispering. Probably. Okay, we're an old guy. Woo! Boom. Who are you? Aha! A withered old Vahnatai sits cross-legged in front of the brazier. He holds a wave blade in his long spider-like fingers and runs a stone along its edge with almost microscopic detail. He speaks without turning to look at you. Hello, aliens. I am Spira, Master Bladesmith. What do you think of my weapon? Beneath my notice. You shouldn't mock. Avernites can do mighty things. You can do mighty things with a rock if you throw it hard enough. I am not impressed. He holds up the sword he's working on. This is a true weapon. You have to admit it's impressive. I'm going to point out the fact that I'm holding a fine wave blade, but that's okay, whatever. It would be an honor to purchase an item from you. No, it wouldn't. No, how do you make those wave blades? I spend weeks on each blade, demanding only perfection from each one. No less will do. Bonirno has spoken with me and convinced me to let you buy some of my goods, so humans can see the glory of Vahnatai crafts. Would you normally be that reluctant to sell to me? My goods are crafted and molded by hand, formed from the metal with heat and magic, then buffed and worked to perfection. It takes days, pride, and patience. You should appreciate the honor it is to use my weapons. Normally it would disgust me to know my work is in the hands of aliens, but an Irno requested it as a favor, so there you are. Perfection sounds demanding. The other day I threw a buckler better than any you carry into the trash heaps south of the city. It had a minor flaw. Better Chitrax lay eggs in my body than I let one of my fellows trust his or her life to flawed goods. This is the pride we bladesmiths take in our work. Always have and always will. Ooh, trash heap south of the city. Done deal. Bye, you asshole. He doesn't move, does he? I would totally steal things from him. Bummer. To the south is the largest intact Vahnatai building you have seen. It is a tall, beautiful dome formed of delicate blue veined stone. You can recognize the words carved above the large open gate. Council Hall. In we go. What? We can enter? When you try to enter the council chambers, one guard stops you and another nervously enters to announce your presence. You hear several minutes of animated argument, escalating to loud shouting. Then it dies down abruptly. The guard returns, looking deeply unsettled. They say you can enter, he says, barely believing his own words. Cool. All of the tribe are welcome. You enter the council chamber of the Vahnatai people, the first humans ever to do so. Before you is a huge stone table at which sit 3 Vahnatai lords, old and wrinkled. There are 2 males and 1 female. They beckon for you to approach. You do so. Ooh. The woman says, Welcome, humans. Despite my 2 friends' objections, I and our honor have demanded you be allowed to enter. I am Process Bach. Welcome. She indicates the younger of the 2 men. This is Glantris Bach. He nods, scowling. She begins to introduce the other man, but he cuts her off. Glantris Bach says, I can speak as well as you, Process. I am Glantris Bach, alien. Process wants you here to determine if all the persons of the upper caves are pallid, worthless, honorless thieves and vermin or not. Bon Irno brought you here for that reason. And here you are. Yes, we have brought you here to scry you. We will look inside your paltry spirits to try and understand you and estimate your worthiness. It is not harmful, but will let us know some measure of your spirit. Process nods. Time is short. Violence is everywhere, and the need to know is great. Will you permit us to look inside you? I agree. You may inspect me. The moment you mutter assent, the council members close their eyes. Suddenly, racking pain lances through your minds. You drop to your knees. It may not be harmful, but it sure hurts. You start remembering your lives, your arrivals in Avernum, your struggles to survive, your training, your triumphs and failures, and most vividly, your fights against the Empire. The memories are more intact than you had suspected. The dredging up of your life stories continues, for how long you cannot tell. Fortunately, the council has some idea of what you consider private. It only touches the high and public points, leaving the shadowy recesses of your mind alone. Then the pain becomes too much. You black out. You awaken to find Vahnatai kneeling by you, bowls of water in their hands. Pillows have been placed under your heads. You stand shakily and see the council. The face of Prosus is lit up in triumph and relief. The two men look profoundly worried and disturbed. Then Prosus speaks. It is clear that you humans are more complicated than we estimated, and that we must begin efforts to find the actual perpetrators of the crime against us. This empire seems a hostile force we should look at carefully. For now, it has been decided that the barriers in your caverns will be dissolved. We know better what is happening now. Their purpose has been served. This is an incredible relief to you. Now, you may return to your lands. She points at the door in the eastern corridor. We created a portal between our lands and yours in expectation of war. Perhaps it may be used for other purposes. One can only hope. The portal is permanent. You will be able to return through it. This is important, for we have an offer to make you. We ask you to recover our crystal souls and return them to the shrine to the southwest, their home. If you can recover all three of them, and if you of Avernum were not the thieves, we will lend our support to you in your war against the Empire. Our numbers are small, but our power is great. Elohi Bok stands to speak. We were very disturbed by the book you found in the Vahnatai's possession, a book of clearly human origin. It is possible that a band of Vahnatai are dealing secretly with humans. That would truly be horrible. If you find evidence of this, bring it to us immediately. Glantris Bok speaks. We still do not trust you, but it is clear more is happening than we understand. We do not know why Vahnatai attacked you at the Riverfort ruins. We know nothing of their actions. They were not of us, and their presence was very disturbing. Be careful. The Vahnatai people may be no more united of purpose than the humans. Elohi chimes in. And should you find evidence of the location of one of our crystal souls, bring it to us with all speed. We may be able to give you aid in recovering it. Finally, Prosus speaks. Remember, we will stop at nothing to rescue the spirits of our ancestors, and if you help us, our rewards will be great. Thank you for the risks you took in coming here. But, she says sadly, sitting, the worst is ahead for all of us. I am sure of it. Glantris and Elohi nod at this, and then they say no more. Whoa. We've destroyed the mysterious barriers. This is interesting. I need to point out that we didn't have to do any of the tests. They just allowed us in, and I'm assuming that has to do with the fact that we've been wonderful to the Vahnatai so far in all our dealings. We've been, I mean, with the exception of stealing things, and we've been pretty awesome. Glantris, Elohi, and Prosus. Whoa. You meet a tall, stately Vahnatai woman, wearing the thin gold torque all the Boks wear. She is the only member of the council who stood up for you, but she is cautious when you approach. You still have much to prove. Excuse me. I am Prosus Bok, friend to the Vahnatai people. I will be friend to you, if you prove yourself worthy of our trust. We should not have attacked Avernum so quickly. What do you do for the Vahnatai? I contemplate the direction our people will take in this time of turmoil. I look for the direction we may travel to find peace. Then I make my recommendations to the council. Often we disagree. Why are you seeking peace? Living in these caves is a hard thing in the best of times. War makes it nearly impossible. What ideas have you come up with? I contemplate our direction to take in the future, whom to attack, how and when, and whether the group we are attacking is the right one. Alas, our targets aren't always the correct ones, as you now know. Why did you attack Avernum so quickly without even trying to contact us? That was unfortunate. Glantris and Elohi fear and dislike humans, although they can still be rational when faced with facts. Rentar Irno is much the same way, and is much more powerful. Exactly how powerful is Rentar Irno? She is the greatest of our mages. She created the barriers in your lands, and she constantly looks for ways to defend our people and assault our enemies. She is difficult to control at times, but she is truly our greatest strength. Where do you think the lost crystal souls might be hidden? I don't know. It is important to admit when one is ignorant. Speak with others on the council and give me time. I will try to learn more. It seems like everyone we have met knew about our journey to your lands. That is because we watched everything. We saw every step of your journey, using our magic viewing crystals. We judged you by the courage you showed during the perilous trip. Could I use the viewing crystal? At this point, it would not be for the best. When all three crystal souls are returned, perhaps. Thank you. Elohi Bach. A tired Vahnatai, perhaps middle-aged, stares at you with huge, pale eyes. I am Elohi Bach, servant of the Vahnatai people. He wears a delicate golden torque. Elohi was silent during your interrogation, and he is mostly quiet now. He watches your movements silently, fascinated by your alien form. What are you working on? He holds up a thick sheaf of papers covered with calculations, notes, and thick blocks of cramped handwriting. It has fallen to me, I am afraid, to ponder the future. What do you predict will happen in the future? Beyond the wars, the caves now are very different from what they were when we began our last resting. There are humans now, and Nephilim and Nepharim and the Sliths and the other races you told us of, and only we can hibernate. One day, I fear we will fall to squabbling. How often do the Vahnatai hibernate? Every few centuries, to give the caves a chance to regenerate. Life down here is hard, as you no doubt have found. The resources we require to live are limited. Squabbling over the caves, you mean? Yes. We are the only one of many tribes, and there is only so much space in our caves. The future may be ugly. The question is whether you all may one day be happier on your surface. I think many Avernites would be happier on the surface. That is where you belong. I suspect we will need to fight the Empire one day. When we do, the battle may continue to the surface. Perhaps you will then be able to return there. He looks down at his notes and back up at you. I cannot be sure, but in the long run, this may be the only way for us all to have peace. Where do you think I should look for the crystal souls? I spend every spare moment trying to answer that question. As yet, I have learned nothing. Speak with others on the council. They may know more. Did you want me to be brought to Vahnatai lands? I feel that it was a foolish act. It revealed us to the humans and brought us no gain in return. Were you to recover a crystal soul, I might change my opinion, but I have little faith in you. Thanks. Alright, Glantris. This stern, aged leader of the Vahnatai sits at the end of the table, lost in thought. He still doesn't trust you, but he is at least willing to tolerate your presence. I am Glantris, a Bach of the Vahnatai people and their sworn protector. May I ask what you are thinking about? That's an intimate question. I am contemplating the reason why some of you humans have decided to dishonor us. What do you think the reason might be? My theory is this. Many of the Bachs have had magical powers, and these powers were retained by their crystal forms. The thieves may have felt our ancestors to be little more than precious magical items. He seems repulsed by the notion. You humans greatly value your magical items. I shudder to think the spirits of my predecessors could be considered mere stones, trinkets. What sorts of magical powers do the crystal souls have? They could use all the spells they could cast in life, and many more. The thieves must have been powerful to avoid being slain by the crystal souls outright. Alright, what do you think of Avernum? When all three of the crystal souls have been returned, it would be best for you to ask that question. Until then, I will be unable to regard you surface invaders with anything but honest loathing. Do you have any advice on how to find the crystal souls? I think I do. We have been watching you, Avernites, you call yourselves. We hear speak often of a female of the human species, a powerful one named Erica. If she is skilled in magic, she may be able to help you track the souls down. Very well, I will speak with Erica. Yes, her lands are remote, but there is one who speaks with her. We know of him from our snooping. Is this a word? The wizard's name is Solberg. He is near your Formello city. Ah! The tower. Solberg is in the tower. Remember that that tower with all the lava? Woo! Portal chamber. What's this one? Treasure chamber. Oh, you're not gonna let me in the treasure chamber? Really? Really? Door is locked. Don't be a jerk. Where's the thing? Quickly! Tinker glove. Nope. It's a bummer. One short. Whoa. Whoa. Well, we're not leaving just yet. Goodness gracious. We're gonna look around. There must be a priest spell person. Hey, who are you? Corman. This woman stands upright on a small carpet, humming in a low monotone, contemplating the bow on the carpet before her. She occasionally reaches out and touches the crystal before her, and then she continues her reverie. When you get close, she stops humming and opens her eyes to look at you. Ah, you. I am Corman. I am a ponder. We can trade. Can you explain to me what a ponder is? I am a ponder. I contemplate what I have been asked to. In this case, the different strange items you humans use. We have much to learn, and I am pausing my other work to help learn it. Ah, she must have been a sage in the original game. What is your normal work? Shaping and treating crystals. It is valued work, but now we need knowledge more than stones. What do you think of human tools? Few of my kind admit it, but the humans and sliths show such great ingenuity. We have much to learn. Right, I would like to trade with you. Oh, some quality stuff, a decent price, a U-bow. Oh, well, not as good as the crude longbow. Bag of sugar. I'm gonna take the bag of sugar. That seems valuable. Whoa, fine steel gauntlets. Plus 6%. It's not that great, is it? I wouldn't pay that much for it. Slith spear, crude halberd. We've already got the crude halberd, I believe. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm going to purchase that bag of sugar. Boom. It feels like the kind of item that somebody will want later. I would like to sell a thing. Not really, though. Okay. We're good, thanks. What's in here? Oh. A wounded Vahnatai. A savagely scarred Vahnatai fighter slumps back on a stool. He's clearly in agony. He moans very softly. Kif me. Weak. Must sit. What did this to you? He looks up at you. Chitrak. Lots of them, but we beat them. We won. I'm glad you won. He mumbles incoherently. Pain-killing herb. Live in peace. Ooh. Ublis Irno. You meet a Vahnatai Oh, this is probably a priest. You meet a Vahnatai male in intricate robes. He wears the same flowing poncho as all of the Vahnatai, but covered with a bold pattern of lines. He says, I am Ublisirno, honored healer of my people. I have never met a Vahnatai healer before. I am the only healer who is currently awake. Thus, it is fortunate that I only have one patient. I have time to heal you if you wish for a small donation. Are others being woken up now? We are waking up our tribe as fast as we can, but it takes a long time and is dangerous, as you can see. What is wrong with your patient? His name is Kifme. He was attacked by Chitrax while awaking some of us. He'll live, but for a while he'll wish he hadn't. May I buy some of your healing services? Ah, more bandages. Only 20 of them this time. There was another place that actually had unlimited bandages. Have you been able to inspect any aliens this closely? No. Oh, cool! Yay. No, I have heard some things about humans. They are pink and soft. I also hear tell that there are similar creatures called Nephilim and Sliths. You have a Nephil before you. Ublis Irno is thrilled at the prospect of meeting an actual Nephil. He stares openly for several minutes without the slightest trace of embarrassment. Fascinating. Very nimble creature. You are in the presence of a Slith now. Ublis Irno is fascinated. Marvelous. What scales, what musculature. A fantastic specimen. Cool. Have you been able... No, I don't need anything. Really, you're not going to? Okay, you're just a jerk. Whatever. Let's find the garbage pit. South of the city, they say. Anyways, I don't care. Probably gonna be some chiptracks or something. South of the city. Ooh, look at this. Hello. Ooh. What did we just find? On a pedestal, you see a huge crystal. Under its surface, you see strange images and symbols shifting about, rapidly floating in and out of visibility. Well, okay, we're gonna stare into this. Different words and images flit about inside the crystal. When you focus on some of them, others disappear. You see a few which look like magical formulas. You try to concentrate on them, but they spin away. Instead, you see something else. You see images of caves, Vahnatai towns, and actual Vahnatai. You're looking at them from far above. However, you can't control the image. It moves about randomly, jumping from place to place and giving you a headache. When you pull away, head spinning, one image stays with you strongly. You saw a castle perched at the edge of a chasm. Outside it, Vahnatai were practicing fighting using human weapons. Ah, those are the bad Vahnatai. See something else. You see images of dark rivers, winding tunnels, and dark ruins. However, you can't control the image. It moves about randomly, jumping from place to place. Yeah. You recognize the locations, though. They were places you visited during your dark, watery journey here. The Vahnatai must have watched you every step of your travels using this crystal. Eventually, you pull yourself away. Cool. Cool story, bro. Cool story. Open sesame. Thanks. Get ready to fight. No fight. Hey. As you root around in the trash pit, several large green piles of refuse start to shift around. Bits of filth slide off of them, revealing several snuffling hellhounds. They decide that you are invading their territory. I have to point out, man, hellhounds seem to be the only thing that we've been fighting ever since we got down here. Like, legit. No more hellhounds. We're done. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the gymnastics kicked in, giving us 10 action points. Oh, that's awesome. Which, 9 action points for the first action, and there's 2 spells in 1 turn. Beautiful. That was really cool. Totally worth it on the gymnastics front. You look inside the pot. Under a thin layer of filth, you see the glint of metal. Looking closer, you find that someone has discarded a small buckler here. It looks slightly bent, but it is still perfectly usable. Take it. A nullity shield. What is... Oh! Okay. Curse resistance, mind effect resistance, 10 to parry. I'm going to keep the 12% chance to parry in the higher armor. But absolutely, that is wicked, right? Like... Nice shield, the nullity shield. Excuse me. I like it. I'm totally down with that. Now you see why gymnastics is awesome. Oh, steal through the window is good. That's reasonable. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Okay, cool. Nothing really around here. How about you? Do you want to teach me something cool? A Vahnatai woman sits at a long table covered with all manner of mushrooms and herbs. She is busily sealing sticky lumps of savory fungus in stone jars. I am Reditas. Welcome to my shop, outsider. What are you preparing? She holds up 2 stone jars. I have fine preserved mushrooms for you to buy, if you are interested. Why do you use stone jars? The best way to preserve the food that I've found. I cannot always get the supplies I need, so I use what I can. How long will they stay edible? A minimum of 3 centuries is expected. We Vahnatai make caches to last for a long time. That is why my kitchen has so much equipment. Ah, how are your mushrooms? Only the best. Large, soft, well-treated, and very energizing. And few harmful hallucinations. Let me buy some, please. No, I'm just kidding. I'm good. I don't need any mushrooms. Then return when you do. Thanks. Thanks, love. I was hoping for something a little bit more interesting. How about Vahnatai? Oh, this is a teacher. An exceptionally tall Vahnatai female practices blade work here. Her wave blade traces frighteningly intricate paths through the air. She stops her practicing and walks up to you. She turns when you approach. I am Vahnatai, teacher of Vahnatai. That is some impressive blade work. Yes, I know. I was told to offer you humans training if you need it. First, you need to prove yourself. You have not. Leave me. Oh, good. Love it. There was a fellow. Yes, there was somebody who had a key that we were looking for. Right, probably in here. Gloth or Gluth or something. Ooh, is this some stealable stuff here? I feel it is. And this must be him. Yep, it's Nee. We have found Nee. An unusually bulky Vahnatai sits alone in this quiet, dusty hall. He reclines at a table and watches you approach. I am Nee, he mutters. He is truly fascinated by you. He stares at your body with an unnerving intensity. Why are you staring at me? I'm interested in outsiders. Like us, not like us. He speaks quietly. He's clearly nervous about something. Why are you interested in me? He leans close to you. You're humans. There are lots of interesting sorts of humans. I love hearing about the different tribes of humans. What tribes they are from. He watches you carefully, seemingly waiting for something. I'm from the Empire on the surface. Yes, because he's the one we want to... Good. He starts to speak very quietly. He looks very nervous. I thought you would never get here. I left the key for you in Avit. It's in the old twisted tree behind the barracks. He looks around. Now go. I'll be suspected if I'm seen talking too much to humans. Why? Are you doing something wrong talking to me? I have said what I need to say. Now go. Oh, good. We've already got the key. What's the key for? This secret Vahnatai key of yours. Aha. Thank you. Money. Money. Come on. Wait, what's... But I have the Vahnatai key. Right. Last place. Come on. Pre-spells. Ortalete. He's not happy to be talking with you. Oh, raise discs. Excuse me, may I speak with you? I am the guard master of Olgai, and I don't have time to deal with outsiders, guests or not. Why don't you find one of us who is interested in you? What do you think of humans? I don't trust humans. I don't want to speak to you. Some of us do trust you. Go bother them. Who trusts us then? He snorts. Fools like me. He's been wandering around saying how interesting humans are. He said something about their empire once. Go ask him about it. I'm sure he'd love to talk to you. He goes back to sharpening his blades. Oh, thanks. Well, not much, but okay. Let's through the portal, I suppose. There's still... I mean, it feels like there's still a lot more to be done up here, but there should be no reason we can't just come back. The test of speed, test of patience, Mancuso, slay Gattaca up in the north, through there. Yeah, we're not going to go there. That's apparently way hard. Avit, the tunnel. And there's more to the west, and there's a tower there. We should do that. But I do so want to step through the portal. You immediately recognize what this is. It's a magical portal. It's very small but very intense. It hurts your eyes to look at such a powerful concentration of magic. It looks strong enough to carry you a long way. Walk into the portal. You step into the portal and immediately feel like you're being torn apart. Waves of energy pick you apart, dismantling and relocating every bit of your being. Then, when you think you can't stand it anymore, you return to reality. You find yourself in a human building with human furniture, facing several very startled humans. Some are wizards and some are guards. Fortunately, quick talk keeps them from butchering you. You are bundled off for questioning. Soldiers of Avernum grill you about who you are, where you came from, and what you were doing there. They don't believe a word of what you say until they cast truth spells. Several hours of questioning you leaves them stunned, to say the least. You are given a meal and a bed for the night. The next day you are asked more about the Vahnatai, about their homes and their weapons, and especially about the crystal souls. After a time they tell you that you are in the Tower of Magi. Eventually, they finish speaking with you. You are taken to your room and told to stay out of the way while they figure out what to do about the Vahnatai. You're finally home. It would seem, however, that Avernum's troubles are only beginning. The danger will remain as long as the crystal souls have not been returned. When you want to return to Vahnatai lands, the portal back to Olgai is in the southeast corner of the Tower of Magi. Whoa. That's crazy. What? I love the Tower of Magi. This means we'll be able to learn spells and stuff. Yeah, take some bread. You could use some bread. Da, da, da. Now that you've rested and recovered from your ordeal, you begin to step out and explore the Tower of Magi. Someone has left a note at the door for you. It reads, "Please come and see me in my chambers as soon as possible. They are on the second tier. Madavi." Medal earned. Return. Awesome. Whoa. Tower of Magi. Oh, so stoked. Whoa. Whoa. Elrod. Young mage in the robes of an apprentice. What's your job? Oh, I see, and you can't talk, right? He shrugs resignedly. Oh, it's an apprentice. Apprentices in the Tower of Magi cannot speak. Ooh, found a person. You meet a young, heavily built woman in mage's robes. She carries around a cavewood staff with iron caps. From the way she holds it, you guess that it's more to hit people than for physical support. She introduces herself. I'm Kyanan. I am an instructor of the Tower of Magi. Nice staff. Do you work in the tower? Thanks, I never go anywhere without it. I'm a teacher here. I should be at the front, but there you go. What are you teaching? I drill the youngsters in spells as fast as I can so they can go fight. I also teach magery to those with the money to buy the knowledge. How does one become a full-time student here? One must show magical aptitude at an early age, and of course survive the manifestations of that aptitude. Very similar to the Empire, and yet very different. How is it different? The surface only allows one to learn magic after a long period of proving loyalty to the Empire. Learning magic in secret results in banishment to Avernum. That is how I came to be here. Okay, can you teach me any... Oh my goodness, yes you can. They're expensive, though. What do we got here? Lightning spray and blink. Ooh, melee attacks do more damage. Well, wouldn't you know it? That's interesting. We're gonna... Ensnares all nearby foes and teleports you to a new location. That's interesting. These are definitely... Lightning Spray mixed with Cloak of Blades would be two that I would prefer to buy. Thanks, friend. I have to keep these in mind. This is the Tower of Magi Library, the second largest library in Avernum. The largest is in Patrick's Tower, to the west. Books are rare in Avernum. This collection is an amazing accomplishment. Alas, the tomes are probably too esoteric to benefit you. Well, that doesn't mean we can't look around. Goodness gracious. Eh. Oh, I like that graphic. That's cute. Hey, found a book. When you touch the book bound in green leather on the platform, your hand gets a painful shock. You jump back. Ow. Thanks. Hey, found something useful. Group heal. And a dagger. Oh, apprentices. Hi there. Can you talk? Nope. I get it. The apprentices can't talk. Oh, this is a little garden. It looks way better. Oh, here we go. Tower of Magi Gardens. Please treat experimental species with care. Magi Portal and Laboratory. Vidrum. You startle an aging magic user, lost in thought. He looks very relieved when he sees you aren't about to kill him. You ask his name. He says in a weak voice, Vidrain, maintainer of the portal. Sorry I startled you. Just being jumpy at the moment. Why are you jumpy? Being near the portal does that to you, I'm afraid. And then there's the demons. Demons? Where? After the portal was up for a while, a few demons came through it. They're in there now, and we don't have the strength here at the moment to flush them out. Nothing we can do until we get it. Tell me about the portal? I suppose you have the clearance to know. We have a controllable teleporter. It could be a huge weapon against the Empire. We could send attackers anywhere down here. and maybe even on the surface. Unfortunately, it's not happening yet because using it is tricky. What makes it tricky to use? He twitches. It works off coordinates, but the coordinates are hard to calculate. You call them out when you step in and you get sent somewhere, but figuring out what to call so you don't end up in solid rock is hard. Have you calculated any coordinates yet? We know a few of them, but not enough to do much at the moment. The coordinates are 3 syllables, each 3 letters long. How can I control the portal? Find coordinates, the sets of letters. In a place where we have found them, we write them on pillars. We have done this in most of the large towns. Look around for the obelisks. Can I use the portal? Not yet. You need to get Magi clearance first. It is a requirement of the crown. How do I do that? Travel west of the castle. Find the official you apply to for better clearance. I think based on what you have been through, they will be happy to help. Yeah, fair point. Vahnatai artifact storage? Is it? Oh. Run away! I did not ask for this. No. Stop. Not my idea of fun. Oh, thanks. Bam, bam. Capture soul. Sure, do it up. Too much higher than yours. That's fine then. Whoa, that was kind of cool. What was that? Ooh. You are being rather helpful. And you're gonna miss. Oh. That gymnastics is pretty good. Whoa. Ouch. This may result in a death. No, stop. I'm trying to hit P. There we go. Whoa. Was that a parry and a riposte? I think I saw that, right? Did I? Well, maybe I didn't. Okay, whatever. Pleasant. Hey, there you go. Got some fine leather. Crude leather gloves, don't need that. Scroll of recovery. Thanks, friend. Oh no, stop. Whoa, that's good. Hey, guy. Oh, there's a lot more than I first anticipated. Luckily, they die really easy. Oh. Yeah, nothing. That leads to the portal, I imagine. Not necessarily my idea of fun. Garden. Yeah. No. She's not the one I want to speak with. The door to the south has a small nameplate on it. It says Magi of the Triad. She's the one who left a note in your quarters asking you to come see her. Well, we'll talk to Magi and then cut the episode there. Oh, she gets a portrait. You meet a short woman with dark skin and a radiant smile, sitting at a desk heaped with scrolls, records, and letters from the castle. Her raven black hair disappears into a rich purple velvet robe. She stands to greet you. I am Magi of the Triad. It's good to have skilled soldiers here. It is particularly important to have you here. There is much that needs to be done. What do you do here in the tower? My Triad responsibilities, in part. I am a member of the Triad. Solberg, X, and I are the 3 wizards in charge of the Tower of Magi. Currently, I am pondering a great threat to Avernum. Where are the other Triad members? Solberg is long absent. Since I am sure that you are loyal to Avernum, I feel safe telling you that he lives in a tower in northeast Avernum. As for X, well, he's a strange fellow. He's hiding out in one of the libraries in the tower. He tends to avoid students. Why is Solberg so far away? Some years ago, a demon took up residence here. Brave adventurers helped us dispatch it. Solberg hid from it in his tower southwest of Formello. Once the demon was gone, he tried to return, but Empire assassins trapped him there. I wish he was here. We could all use his wisdom. What needs to be done? Madavi tries to look calm, but you can see the concern in her eyes. The Empire has not destroyed Avernum for one reason. It takes great energy to teleport its raiders down here. The invasion has been slow, but their leader Garzad has a plan to speed it up. We know now that they are building a mass teleporter to flood us with troops. If it is completed, we are all doomed. Every one of us. We need a group of soldiers who can find out where this portal is and how to destroy it. If you are willing, I can guide you. I mean, yeah, of course. What, I have more pressing concerns right now? I know you have much to do, so I will not press you. However, when you have time, you should be sure to return to me. This task is desperately important, and it must be completed. Solberg. Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks. I guess that's one of the, 3 objectives. Appearance quarters, private chambers. Ooh. Okay, real quick. Real quick first. Woo. What is this? Ooh. Try to decipher it. As you watch the words rapidly fade. You must not be allowed to read this book yet. What? But I want to read these books. They seem useful. Whoop. Aha! I found more fine leather. Okay, I really must stop now. But first, the secret library. Ooh. I think I'm unauthorized personnel. Do not pass through secret door here. This library is private. It's X. Hi. Is he still working on that anvil spell? Spells. He looks at you angrily. People want to buy spells all the time. I teach them for the good of Avernum, but damn, it gets to where I have to hide back here to get any work done. You don't want to purchase spells, do you? I do. X starts to respond, but then something occurs to him. You have Magi clearance, don't you? Some bureaucratic nonsense? You say that you don't. Oh, you should go to the castle and get that. I don't care, of course, but if I help you without it, people will come and annoy me. Ugh, fine. He'll teach you once I get that. We'll talk to him more later. He's crazy. Anyways, I'm going to stop here. And next time we'll finish exploring the Tower of Magi, maybe buy a few spells, and then head to the castle to get that Magi clearance. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on Avernum 2 Crystal Souls! So much has happened. Bye!